All right, we upgraded our radio in our 3rd gen Tacoma. This is a 2019 off-road. It had the N-Tune, the OEM radio in there, and the issue that we were having with it is that if we're watching a YouTube video or listening to a podcast, it would automatically switch to Apple Music if you try turning the volume up on the steering wheel or on the radio. And we noticed if the YouTube video has a bunch of ads in it, if it plays the ad, it will switch back to the music from there. I tried looking it up online. They were saying the truck treats your iPhone like an iPod, so it kind of defaults to playing music. But we ended up upgrading to a Sony head unit. All right, this is the radio that we upgraded to. This is a Sony head unit. I bought it from a company called TrailGrid Pro, and they basically sell it to you as a plug-and-play product. And then it also comes with a device on the back of it that keeps everything compatible with your steering wheel. All right, so here's the load time. Just turn the truck on. So now we're up and running. I turned the Bluetooth off because I'm filming with my iPhone, but this has wireless CarPlay, so it'll automatically switch to that, and you'll see a button here that says CarPlay. This is the interface here. You got the time, date. This is the front camera that we hooked up here. You can see that, and then here's a button here to go back home, go back up, and which I didn't know with this radio. I didn't see it advertised anywhere or in reviews. Now I could tap into my rear camera anytime that I want, which is great because I'm pulling that trailer and I would like to be able to see the hitch when I'm driving. You can also change that background there. They have a whole video of installing and everything. It's actually pretty easy to do. And here's the CarPlay. So it just looks like any other standard CarPlay. You see it's not laggy or anything like that. I was staying away from the aftermarket radios on Amazon because if you look at the reviews, they start saying that the steering wheel buttons are finicky, and I wanted everything to feel as OEM as possible as far as using the buttons here. There's your radio, there's your Apple Music. So all your features here. So when you're backing up, you have your OEM guidelines. It does come with new guidelines on it that track when you're going back, but there's just so much going on the screen, I've just been leaving it off. All right, so the only real reason I wanted the front camera, other than just wanting it, is that if you're going off-roading and you're going up some hills, it could help guide you going back down over some hills. And then also I just kind of wanted it for parking to see how close I'm getting to whatever is in front of me. And now that I have this live rear view camera, you can see we're in drive here. Click that. It's going to help me with towing, so I could check on the weight distribution or just my hitch when I'm pulling this trailer here. And this is what the front camera looks like when you're driving. So it is a little fisheye, but it being off center is not bad at all. I don't think it matters which camera you buy for your truck. As long as your head unit has an RCA cable to connect to it, you can buy any generic camera off of Amazon. So it's just that yellow plug that plugs into the back of the radio, and then you're gonna have a couple other wires that you're gonna have to ground and change depending on what you wanna do with it. I have a TSS sensor here, and I stuck it to the right of it. Someone on YouTube already did this, and I commented on the video, and he said driving it never interfered with the adaptive cruise control. So I just wanted to show you how to hook this camera up. All right, so you just drill a hole here, insert the camera through it, and this is what it looks like on the back side. Comes with a nut to secure it down. And then once you do that, I kind of trace the wire through the front here, and then we're gonna go through the firewall up here. All right, it comes with a pretty long wire, so I ended up coiling it up and zip tying it and putting it down in the engine bay here. So it connects right here. You're gonna see this positive and negative wire. All you need to do is take the negative side. I cut the positive one short and taped it right here. And you're gonna wanna ground it to the body of the vehicle right here. I'm gonna buy a ring terminal and put it on there, but I was just doing this temporarily. Once you ground it from here, you're gonna take the other wire and you're gonna get this through the firewall. And instead of going through the main section right here, there is actually a plug right up here that you could pop out and you could push it through there. Whatever is easiest for you to get through the firewall. I just ended up going here. All right, so I drilled a hole through it with a bit, but still not big enough. So what I'm gonna do is push it inside out and then cut it with scissors. I'm just trying to keep that seal, that ledge right there, so it's still watertight. So I was able to push it through, and that's what it looks like. So this is the front camera here. This is your RCA cable. I plugged it into camera 1, and then this is gonna be your 12-volt power. And on the Trail Grid Pro website, they say tap into this blue antenna wire. I just had some of these in my toolbox. I used them before and they work great. It's just gonna clamp over, and that metal pin is gonna push down on both wires, and it's actually gonna cut the outside of it. So this is what I'm gonna use. Depending on how you set your camera up, if it's facing this way or if you have it flipped facing forward where the camera is almost pointing down, on the harness, you're gonna see these 3 loops of wire, and you're gonna have to cut some of them to get the right orientation. The instructions are actually pretty clear. It's not hard to do, but you cut them here, and then I just wrap some tape around them to protect them. All right, in the near future, I'm gonna make a video just explaining my experience towing with the Tacoma and pulling this trailer here. We've already drove from Florida to Oregon, and it's been great so far. I just know it's a big debate online if the Tacoma could pull or not. I mean, we've even driven through Yosemite, and there was some steep spots out there. So I'm just gonna go through what I suggest and what it's like living full-time in a 21-foot trailer. Also, this is my full truck setup. So I got the dash cam here, films inside, outside, and then we have the scan gauge 3, so I can see my transmission temp, torque converter temp, coolant temp, everything's on there. And then here's one last example of why you would even want a front camera. So we're just gonna go park here. I don't know if my depth perception is just getting bad, but the front of the Tacoma, I can never tell how close I am to an object. So there we go. We are parked.